I have 6 quick tips and tricks to help you pick the right trail runners. Welcome back to Now Hike This. So today I'm going to tell you about choosing trail runners. It took me quite a while to figure out my magic method for picking the trail runners that was right for me. But what I've learned has been really helpful in getting me the right shoes. So I'm going to share that with you today. Tip number 1 is go in after you've been on your feet for quite a while that day. When you've already been hiking or your feet are swollen, because your feet will be swollen after hiking, so you definitely want to make sure that you get shoes that will accommodate for that. Number 2, use a thumb width rule. You put your thumb at the end of your toe, and you should have a full thumb width between the end of your toe and the end of the toe box on your trail runner. Number 3 is do the tap test. That's where you tap firmly on the ground with the toe of your shoe, and if your toes hit the end of your shoe, they're too small, and I recommend going up a half a size. Tip number 4 is go wide. You want to make sure that the shoe is wide enough for the widest part of your foot. If your shoe is too narrow, it will squeeze that part of your foot right there, and you can very well end up breaking your sesamoid bones like I did. Your foot needs a shoe that's wide enough to accommodate when you splay your toes out. You definitely do not want it squishing in, because then it can cramp your foot together, which interferes with the foot's natural movement, and it can cause all kinds of problems. So you definitely want to make sure your shoe is wide enough for your foot. The next tip is to climb up and go down. A lot of athletic stores have a climbing rock where you can get on the rock with your shoes on, and you can test them out by climbing up the rock and then turning around and going back down the rock to make sure that, again, you don't get your foot sliding forward in your shoe and getting your toes smashing up against the front. So definitely, if they have one of those climbing rocks, use that and make sure that your toes are not hitting the front and that the shoe is not rubbing in any way as you go up and down the rock. And the secret tip that I have for you that I just only discovered this year is that where your shoe bends, like this trail runner, it's very dirty, but it bends right here. See, the toe bends right there. That is in the spot where my foot naturally bends. You want to make sure that any shoe you get, the bending point of the shoe is actually where your foot naturally bends. Some shoes don't fit that way. That's why I had a really hard time finding trail runners to begin with, is because I would get the fit that seemed right, but as I wore them, it bent in the different spot than my foot naturally bends, and it was causing all kinds of rubbing and blisters and foot issues and stuff. And I finally found one guy who actually said, no, this is why these shoes don't fit. Get a different pair of shoes. As soon as I learned that trick, I found the perfect trail runner. I highly recommend finding somebody who can tell you where that shoe bends and if it matches up where your foot bends. If you guys enjoyed these tips and tricks, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any tips or tricks that I haven't shared, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!